Hi everybody, Robert here again, and we're going to do a continuation of our mullions. And first thing we want to do, continuing on, we want to go into here. Let's just move in here a bit and shift this around, and you see our mullions are just lines, going grid lines that we left off in our last exercise. So what we want to do now is we want to go into the Architecture tab under mullions, and then we want to select all grid lines, and there, our mullions are here. Okay, this is what we did on the last exercise. So now we can see all of our mullions. But what we have here now is what tends to happen is when you're creating these lines, you'll get the double lines. So let's hit the modify button here to get out of that command. And let's just zoom in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about, like this situation right here. So how to fix that, we'll just go and select this guy and let's go down into our uh, temporary height, and let's isolate this category. Okay, so now we have the category isolated now. So what we can do now, once we have that category, all this isolated, we can right click here and select mullions. We can go on grid and we'll just hit delete. We should have maybe 3 or 4 of these areas. Okay, here's another one. Select, right click, select mullions on grid lines. We've got them all the way up and delete. I'm just using the delete tab on my keyboard, but we can go here. Should be one more, I think. I think we got them all. No, did we? Yes. So we got all those double lines out of there, I think. Yes. So now what we'd like you to do is let's just go into our front view and let's zoom these all out, and let's zoom in here and look at these grid lines. So let's uh, go and select all of the bottom row of mullions here. We'll select them all, and then we want to select the make continuous button, and we want to make these continuous throughout for the bottom, and we'll also do that on the top. So what we'll do is we'll select these on the top, make continuous, or we can break them, but in our case we're going to make these continuous, because they should be continuous along the top and along the bottom. And there we go. So now we have that done, and we want to go back and reset our hide isolate, reset our temporary hide isolate to bring everything back into our view. So there's our 3D view. We have all of our mullions in place and the double lines gotten rid of, and we're continuous along the bottom. That's good. So now what we want to do in this project, let's go into our floor plan. And let's open up floor 1. And here in this floor 1, we want to add a curtain wall storefront. So let's go into Architecture tab on the wall, and then in our properties type selector, we want to go down to a curtain wall storefront, and let's just place this. First of all, let's get these properties. So we want to be on floor 1. Base offset is 0, 0, and we want to go up to level 2, and our top constraint up to level 2 is, yep, and then here our top offset, let's make this a -6 or abouts, -6 here. It could apply. Okay, now let's go in and draw a wall. Our curtain wall, say, I want to be like 1'3" off of here, but I can't measure, so I have to measure it later. I'm going to put it out right here and take this to here. Okay, now there's our curtain wall. Let's just pick that up, and it's on the right side, so we're all looking good here. So what I want to do is I want to just measure this because I want this to be 1'3". So let's select this guy and let's just move this over here. Well, or we can use our dimension line, which is decent. I love Revit dimensions. Let's just grab this wall here and let's just make this 1'3". Okay, so we're good here. So now we have our wall, our curtain wall placed in a plan view. So now what we want to do is we need to open up an elevation view, and that would be our south view. So go down to elevation, south view. This file comes from, it's probably an old book. It's not available. You could probably get it. It's a 2016 Revit Autodesk Accent Work Guide. And if you like, I can email you this file. It's not that big. If you want to work on this, or you should be able to just practice these functions on your own. They're pretty similar and pretty basic. So now we're in our south elevation where we placed our window. And so what we want to do is we want a window around this window. And as you can see, like mullions are always pinned in or locked in. So to get rid of the pins, you can do two things. You can unpin everything this way. You can do it that way. Or you can just key in UP to unpin the pin elements once you have them all selected. I like the shortcuts UP, they read it. So now let's modify this storefront. So what we want to do now is we want to just sort of clean this guy up. So let's take this, let's align this, modify align. Let's align this with this, just so we can have a uniform here. And now we need some space for an opening here because we're going to place a door right in here. Now this is something good to know because I took a test for a job once and they asked me how to do this years ago and I didn't know. I hadn't a clue. Well, now I know. So just for your practice and just knowing this is something you want to know how to do. So let's go and just change these openings here. Let's dimension here and here. So this is all equal, but what we want to do is we want to select these mullions. Okay. We want to select this mullion here. We want to move it. Oh, I know, I'm sorry. No, we do have it on pin. So let's just go here and use our wonderful temporary dimensions and make this 3 feet. Same with this one. We might want to tab to that center line and make that 3 feet as well. So now we have a 3 feet opening there, which is pretty good. Now let's add a door to this storefront. So what we want to do is we want to go into our insert load family. Let's go to doors. And we want to find a curtain walls double door storefront. So I think curtain wall. There, we'll take that one right there, and we'll say open. Now, to add the door into the area, what you have to do is you have to tab to that panel right there, and you select it. And then once you select it, you go to your type selector, because should be in there. Where's our door? Okay, there it is right there. And there you go. That's simple. Let's have a look at this in our 3D view. And there's our door. So folks, this is just a short exercise more on mullions. Appreciate you watching this. If you like it, please like it or subscribe to this channel. Or if you want this file, I'll be happy to send it to you. Have a good day, and until next time, signing off.